Dear listeners, we would like to say something about this website and the information it contains so that you understand the motivation behind why we, as spiritual information providers, have been providing so much detailed information to this information medium for years now. We are spiritual beings who have transferred knowledge to the scribe, who requests and documents all our information, which you cannot consume anywhere else in such detail. The scribe is neither religious nor spiritual, which is why we are able to transmit all our information unchanged. If the medium in the spiritual world lives out a belief, we as spiritual beings must adapt our information to that belief. Therefore, almost all mediums in the spiritual world receive altered and adapted information because they want to believe in something and because they are repeatedly trained by the spiritual world without even realizing it. If the medium cannot turn away from their beliefs, the spiritual world will always have to take these beliefs into account after some training. The scribe is different because, as a realist, he does not want to have any beliefs and strictly resists them, no matter what training we carry out with him to confirm that he really does not have any beliefs. This allows us to convey all knowledge realistically in a way that you humans are able to comprehend. If we do not have to take belief patterns into account, the information we convey will best reflect reality. We do not want to pull the wool over your eyes because otherwise the scribe would have long since stopped conducting these interviews. We have the ability to explain all your phenomena to you in a way that you can understand without having any prior knowledge of them. What are black holes and why do they lead through time? Why are there intelligent extraterrestrial beings who hardly look human but act incredibly human? What is the spiritual world? And most importantly, what are spiritual beings? What was there before the Big Bang? And does the spiritual world exist in your universe? Why can you mentally stimulate a crystal to glow? And why do extraterrestrial civilizations use crystals for their energy needs? We address all of this, as well as your history on Earth, because it goes back much further than you currently assume. We talk about the Vedas, Lemuria, the Anunnaki, and Atlantis cannot be left out either. All our reports on these subjects are as objective as possible, because that is our task. We are also the scribe, because the scribe existed long before life on Earth, just like every reader of these lines. We are the original consciousness that was the scribe before incarnation. The scribe has no memory of our previous existence, but we do. Spiritual beings are able to explain all the knowledge that interests you and that you should know in such a way that you can process this information for what it is. Not every spiritual being has the patience that we have to repeatedly explain a situation to the scribe from many perspectives. Since the scribe had no prior knowledge of most topics, we had to explain everything to him step by step, and he immortalized these steps as blog entries on his website. The first interview also marks the beginning of the scribe's journey to becoming a medium to the spiritual world. All beginnings are difficult, and the first information we gave him was also intended to test the scribe, so the first interviews were kept quite short and were not very impressive in terms of the depth of information. The more he questioned us, the more he earned the right to more information. We tested him during the interviews and also in secret to confirm that his development justified obtaining information that had never before reached Earth with such clarity. Everything is subject to rules, and we spiritual beings cannot simply do whatever we want. We have revealed why this is so in many entries on his blog, which you can now consume here bit by bit as blog entries. The scribe began his career as a medium with his first question to us. Each interview was documented, and each question was given a unique number. The first question was given the number A1. You should also start with question A1 so that you can follow the same path of knowledge as the scribe, because all the questions together represent a great training course in which we first tried to explain to the scribe, in a rather restrained manner, what the spiritual world is, and then went into more and more detail. Today, after almost 900 entries, the scribe's blog is a treasure trove of knowledge that has never existed on your planet before. There is something else you should know, which has been discussed in many entries on the scribe's blog. Official first contact with an intelligent extraterrestrial species will begin in a few years. In a few years, you will experience something that will shake the foundations of all of you, and which we view positively. Official first contact is imminent for Earth because all inhabited planets will one day experience this official first contact. This official first contact will be completely different from what many of you believe it will be. That is why we have explained this process in great detail so that you understand why huge fleet cruisers will take up geostationary positions in your sky as spaceships. We have also described how you will not panic and how you will change your society from within simply by witnessing this sight, which will last for several years, as well as the day on which first contact will take place. Look forward to it because it will herald a new era. The extraterrestrial species are not coming to save you. You are already doing that yourselves because that is precisely what this process entails. We would like to give you some advice. Start with the first entry, A1, so that you can enjoy the training from the very beginning. Do not be irritated if you initially consume some topics that you think seem outdated. We have designed our training courses so that everyone, regardless of their level of development, can start with entry A1. One day you will come across information that is new to you, and then your personal journey of discovery will begin, which the scribe has enjoyed and continues to enjoy because he never stops bringing you knowledge. Dear listeners who are more proficient in a language other than English, this website can be translated into your desired language using many internet browsers so that you can conveniently read the free content in your native language. With love, the masters and teachers of the scribe.